Hello and welcome to Crimes of the Heart Tarot. I'm Miss Vicki, and I'm going to use the tarot to see if we can gain more insight into unsolved mysteries, deaths, and disappearances. Let's get started. Welcome to Crimes of the Heart Tarot. I'm Miss Vicki, and I'm so glad you're here. We are experiencing an eclipse of the sun, a solar eclipse right now. So I thought this would be a good time to do a reading about the moon. A solar eclipse is when the moon comes between the sun and earth, and it blocks it out, depending on where you are, totally until it passes on, or partially, depending on what part of the United States you live in. But there's a lot of questions about the moon, a lot of strange things. So I thought, since this is a spooky season, and we're having an eclipse right now, it would be a good time to do a tarot reading about the moon. Specifically, did aliens create the moon? Is it a artificial satellite of some kind? There's so many strange things about the moon. The first thing that comes to mind is that the moon is the exact size and distance from the earth and the sun, so that when it does rotate in front of it, it can totally block it out. Now that's really strange if you think about it, because what are the odds? Another strange thing is all of the weird pictures that have come back. Some look like monuments, some look like old buildings. China recently sent a spaceship and took photos of the dark side of the moon. That's another thing. We never see the front of the moon when the moon is reflecting the light of the sun. We always see the front of the moon, but China was able to take some really interesting pictures of the dark side of the moon, and some of the pictures look like an antenna, a building, all kinds of strange things. So I want to just do a reading, see what we can find out. Where did the moon come from? Another interesting thing about the moon is when Neil Armstrong landed on the moon. And a lot of people say that wasn't real, but I believe it was. It's not going to look like regular video, because of the conditions up there. But when they came back and were, I guess, interviewed, their responses were really strange. They seemed subdued, they seemed in shock. I don't know if you've seen that video. But also, when Apollo 13 was on the moon, I believe that it was, was it Buzz Aldrin? He said something, there were some strange transmissions, something about Santa Claus. Santa Claus, I have been told, is code for aliens or something alien. And they were really shook up when they came back. So, a lot of questions. The moon apparently helps with the tides, which is good because that provides balance. It also balances the rotation out. Things like that. So it's a positive thing. What really interests me is, why would it be perfectly round and the exact size to eclipse the moon? And why does it do that? Anyway, I want to do a reading, just see what we can find out. Okay, what's going on with the moon? Is it just a rock? Is it just a satellite? Is it, I guess it would be a satellite if it circles the Earth. All right, the first card we have here is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is a very powerful card. This is somebody in charge. This is someone you want to believe in, somebody who takes care of his business, his people, somebody you can trust. This is safety. This is a safe person. This came out in reverse, which means there was something about something not being safe, something major not being in control. There's also, I've heard also, and I don't know if this is true or not, that ancient cultures speak of a time when there was no moon. And it was, they also say that it was created or put where it is to stop major volatile conditions that would cause extinction events on the earth. All right, the next card we have is the Strength card. Well, the Strength card is a very powerful card. This is Major Arcana also, like the Emperor. This is a very strong, positive situation. Now, if it was put there, if it was artificially installed where it is, it did strengthen the earth because of the tides and stabilized the magnetic field and the rotation and all that. But who would have done that? Next card we have is the 14. This is Temperance in the Rider-Waite deck. This is kind of based on Aleister Crowley's deck a little bit. I love the Halloween images. Halloween's coming. All right, this is Temperance. Now that means balancing things out, the good and the bad. There's a little cat with a collar on. She's holding a snake and she's holding some kind of carving tool. But it's about balance. That's what the creation of the earth, creation of the moon, if it was in fact put there, was meant to be. It was to strengthen. It was for balancing things out. This is what it does. Then we have the Moon card, the Moon in reverse. All right, the upright moon card is about secrets. It's about things not being like you think they are, which, boy, there's the moon right there. This is really eerie that this card came up. The moon can also mean delusions, illusions. It can mean mental illness. In reverse, it can mean coming out of a bad time. It can mean mental health. It can mean illusions, being told to people that they're illusions, that they're delusions. People are talking about this a lot. It can be the truth coming out. The moon in reverse. This could also mean, this card to me could mean that the moon is not what we think it is. These cards are really interesting. I really like this deck. It's the Turker Tarot by Duck Soup. I love this time of year to do readings and use my Halloween cards and all that. All right, the next card we have is the Lovers. This is another major arcana. We're getting a bunch of those. These are all major arcana cards, every one of these. Then we have the Lovers. This is a card about making a choice, picking somebody, picking something. A decision to be made. This is interesting that this came out. I don't remember if it came upright or in reverse. I think it was in reverse. So the Lovers in reverse can mean something about not making the right choices. Now the moon also is very strange. The craters are shallow, the testing they've done, and also they dropped some kind of booster rocket as they were leaving, and it made a ringing sound that rang for a long, long time. You can hear that. You can hear it on some of the videos. Now the Lovers, in reverse, I almost get like they had no choice. There was no choice but to put the moon where they did. The moon's also really round, perfectly round. I guess the earth is pretty round too, but so far we have all major arcana cards. I'm seeing that this was done on purpose to strengthen the earth, to balance it, that they had no choice but to do this, whoever did this. I'm asking, did aliens create the moon? Now by aliens, it could also mean a prior civilization. Did they have the power to do something like this? There's an awful lot of strange artifacts on the moon. They said there was water on the moon, which is interesting, and it melts and goes different places. People used to think there were canals on the moon. They used to look at it through telescopes, and they had all these stories about canals with aliens, and well, that's probably not true, but it could be old water trails from ice melt-offs. All right, so far we have major arcana, and I'm seeing that yes, this was done. I'm getting a really strong yes about this, that it was done for safety, it was done because it had to be done. A few more cards. But who did this? Who would have done this? These are all coming out in strangely. All right, here's the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles upright is about the earth. It is about positive things, the earth, the animals. Pentacles can be money and health. It could refer to the condition of the earth without the moon. In reverse, that's exactly what it could mean, that there was imbalance. We got that card, that there wasn't a positive situation with the animals, with the earth. This is all saying the same thing. Then we have the Knight of Swords. All right, the Knight of Swords. These cards are so amazing. I love the pictures, the illustrations. All right, the Knight of Swords is someone who does things kind of without thinking, kind of here, there, and everywhere. So there was something was going on. Now, I don't know if this would be the earth or the moon. In reverse, the Knight of Swords is, this can also mean the truth. It can mean information. In reverse, I'm getting that there wasn't a lot of information. Now that I'm going to have to find out more about. Then we have the Four of Swords in reverse again. This is about taking a rest after a long battle. You know, I'm kind of getting too that there was possibly some kind of war going on. If I'm not mistaken, I think there also is a sign of some kind of possibly a nuclear explosion that dug a big gully on the moon. This is people. This is persons, aliens, creatures, whatever you want to say, that wanted to take a rest. Swords are fighting. Swords are thoughts. In reverse, this is possibly dying. This could be the Death card in reverse. I'm getting that this was done to protect things on the earth. Now, there could have been a civilization much, much older than ours that did inhabit the earth at one time. And they made this moon, this satellite. But there was death, and there was some kind of misinformation, some kind of lies going on. The Knight of Swords can be someone you can't trust. Something happened too. Not just, this wasn't just done to make the earth better. It was also to stop something or make something better. We've got the Queen of Cups. This is love. This is peace. This is wanting the best of everything for everyone. So this was done not only to stabilize the earth, that's what I'm getting, not only to make it more prosperous with the tides, with the gravity. It was done out of love. It was done for a positive reason. But there were some negative things going on besides the conditions. The King of Pentacles, this is the earth person. the king of the earth, the king of the animals. Things were going bad. Animals, I'm getting animals, creatures, were not doing well. I think they were dying because of the condition of the earth. But I do see the Knight of Swords. This is really interesting. I mean, you have to realize that the earth is very, very, very old. And just because we don't see information about civilizations back into, say, the Sumerians, doesn't mean there were people, creatures, whatever you want to say, inhabiting the earth. I don't know how old the moon is, but it's very old. This could be a civilization we never even could think about, with powers we never would know, unless we saw it in some kind of historical information. But it's so old, everything's gone now. This card, the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is someone that has no feelings, no emotions. They cut through the quick, they're very fast, they can be very calculating. But in reverse, it's almost like this was to stop chaos. I'm getting very strongly that this was done to protect the earth, to make it more stable. And it was done out of love. And it was done a long, long, long time ago, before we could even imagine. Few more cards. I can't get over the fact that the moon is the size and the distance that it is from the earth, to make it, it's almost like they're telling us that it's an artificial situation. I almost get that. That's kind of how I feel about it. That it's like, some people think it's a satellite, it's hollow, it has metal. They have detected that it must have some kind of metal or molten core or molten something in there, in the middle of it. That doesn't mean it wasn't created or enhanced by a civilization a long, long time ago. Just get a little bit more. And we have the Queen of Pentacles, and she's in reverse. Pentacles again, this is the earth. This is a very, very loving, positive person, but there's a lot of chaos going on in this card. In reverse, the Queen of Pentacles can be someone who's not grounded. The cards are all showing me the earth was in trouble. The Queen of Pentacles. Look at all those little pumpkins right there. They were in jeopardy. The creatures on earth and possibly the people that lived here were in jeopardy. That's what I'm getting very strong. I get a lot of Pentacles cards, which is earth, the health of earth, animals. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is in reverse. This shows someone with a fire, a witch with a pentacle, with a pumpkin and a little chimney. And this came out in reverse. This is very interesting. I really am getting a positive message about this. It wasn't done to spy on us. It wasn't done to be strange. It's not a spaceship. I don't get that at all. The Ace of Pentacles is a gift. It's information. In reverse, it's almost like something happened before that too from another civilization, and they were making it right. Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, in reverse. Not a gift, a necessity. And then the very last card we have is a very strange card. It looks like an owl, the King of Swords. All right, this is somebody who made these decisions for the greater good. It had to be done. It had to be done. It's someone that had a lot of power. I'm really getting that this was done to protect the earth. Not so much to protect a civilization, which it means, in my mind, it could have been a civilization from another planet or a spaceship or something that came to stabilize the earth. I believe that the moon was placed there on purpose. I mean, I'm not a believer in coincidence. The fact that it's there, that it's so strange, that it shows signs of having people on it. It could have also been the home base for an alien race, or our race, a long, long time ago, that was making the Earth more habitable. That could have been their staging center. I kind of get that they were working on the Earth, but they were living on the moon. Well, this is interesting. I'd like to know your opinion. Leave me some comments. Let me know what else you'd like to have me do. I'm going to close the circle. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.